Hi friends, welcome back to EduCommerce Class. Today we are going to learn about the new chapter, Chapter 2 Forms of Business Organization, Class 11. On the basis of ownership, business organizations may be of five important forms. They are namely sole proprietorship, partnership firm, Hindu undivided family business, cooperative societies and joint stock companies. So in this video we will study about the two important forms of business organization, namely sole proprietorship and partnership firm, its features, merits, demerits, etc. Okay, first of all, what do you understand by sole proprietorship? Sole proprietorship is an organization which is owned, managed and controlled by one person, one single person himself. That type of business organization is named as sole proprietorship. Whenever a business entrepreneur start this business by introducing his own money into business, all the risk suffered by himself, he takes all the profit of the undertaking, and also whenever any loss occurred, then that loss also suffered by himself. That type of organization is named as sole proprietorship. Most probably it is run by one single person only. That person is named as a sole trader. That business concern is named as sole proprietorship or sole trading concern. It may be defined as a business organization which is owned by a single person who bears the entire business risk. Then next we are going to learn about the features of sole proprietorship. The first important feature is single owner. Sole proprietorship is owned by a single individual. He alone is responsible for bearing risk and managing all the affairs of this business organization. Secondly, no separate legal entity. Sole proprietorship is not a separate legal entity. A separate legal entity is an entity which exists independent of its own owners. As compared to other type of organizations, no separate legal entity to the sole trading concern. Thirdly, management and control. In a sole trading concern, the management and control vested in the hands of the sole trader himself. No other person to share anything. Unlimited liability. The liability of a sole trader or sole proprietor has unlimited, because he is the sole person. He is only one person paying the business debts, suffering the risk, everything by himself. So his liability is unlimited. Then capital of the sole trading concern provided by the sole trader himself. He is only one person to borrow money from others. He is only one person to introduce the capital, etc. Then formation of a sole proprietorship is quite easy, as it doesn't involve any legal formalities. Without any legal formalities, the sole trader can start his business, because this is only one person's business. Then continuity. Continuity of sole proprietorship depends on the continuity of the sole proprietor, because due to the death, insanity, insolvency, imprisonment, etc., the sole proprietorship ceases to exist. All these are the main important features of a sole trading concern. The next we are going to move to the next part of this chapter, merits of sole proprietorship. What are the important merits of sole trading concern? First important merit is easy formation and closure. Sole trading concern is very easy to form, because without any legal formalities he can start that business, but very easy to closure, because it is only one person, because anything wrongly happened in his life, death, insanity, insolvency, etc., that may lead to closure of that enterprise business. Okay, business enterprise, business activities. Flexibility. Sole proprietorship is a highly flexible form of business organization. Yes, business may be added and deleted without any legal formality, because this is the flexible form of business organization, because this is no other person, does not need to decide anything without consulting others. Okay, he can take self decisions. So flexible form of business organization, any change may needed, that can be immediately he can make that changes. Okay, then thirdly, quick decision making. Quick decision making is possible in case of a sole proprietorship, as all the decisions are taken by himself. He does not need to share the risk, does not need to share the decisions, does not need to collect the information from others, because this is only one business, one man's business. Then secrecy of information. The strictly confidential matters, he can make it as a secrecy, because no other person in that business organization, all the secrecies he can maintain by himself. Next, direct incentive. Sole proprietorship provides direct incentives to the concerned businessman, because whenever any profit earned by himself, unexpected profit he will get, then that time that act as a direct incentive to the businessman to work hard. Next, sense of accomplishment. Sole proprietorship tends to provide a high sense of accomplishment, as because the one owner, one man business, he handles all the business dimensions by himself in a better way, then that may lead to a sense of accomplishment among himself. All these are the main important benefits of a sole trading concern. Limitations of a sole proprietorship. First important limitation of a sole proprietorship is limited financial resources. In a sole proprietorship, only one person is introduced the financial resources into business. So there is a limit to introduce the finance by one person. So there is a limited financial resources in a sole trading concern. Secondly, unlimited liability. The liability of the sole trader in a sole trading concern is unlimited, because he is the sole person or only one person introduce capital into business. Sometimes his anticipation, that means the business does not work as anticipated. So that may lead to unlimited liability to the sole trader. Thirdly, uncertain life. The life of the sole trading concern is uncertain, because anything may wrongly happen due to fate of sole proprietorship. It started with the sole proprietor. That means whenever any death of himself, or his death, insanity, ill health, etc., lead to the closure of the business. Business comes to an end that time. Limited managerial ability. The managerial ability of a sole trader is very limited, because he is the only one person. He does not employ any other professional managers because of the low volume of business. So if the sole trader's managerial ability is very less, that may lead to adverse situation to the business. Then non-availability of economies of large scale. Sole trading concern is run on small scale. Therefore, economies resulting from large scale business operations are not available to the sole trader. All these are the main important demerits of a sole trading concern. The next, we are going to learn about the partnership. Meaning partnership, what are the important features, merits and demerits. Partnership. Partnership is the relation between persons who have agreed to share the profits of a business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. Partnership is a form of business organization which is formed based on an agreement among the partners. The person who get into partnership in a partnership firm is named as partners. Then the partners of the partnership firm, they agreed to share profit of the business or loss of the business they carried on by all or any of them acting for all. That type of business organization is named as partnership firm. Generally, partnership is formed based on Indian Partnership Act 1932. Next, what are the important features of partnership firm? The main important feature of a partnership firm is two or more persons. Apart from sole proprietorship, minimum two persons are required to form a partnership firm. Under the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, there is no limit in the maximum partners in a partnership firm. Minimum two persons are required. Okay. Secondly, it is based on agreement. Partnership firm is formed based on an agreement. The relationship between partners emerges due to an agreement among the persons, among the partners. They agreed to share profit or losses arising out of that business. A third important feature, lawful business. Partnership should be for the purpose of undertaking lawful business. All the activities of the business organization that follow some lawful activity. Then robbery, smuggling, like the unlawful activities jointly, that does not constitute a partnership. Fourthly, joint risk bearing and sharing of profit. All the partners bear the business risk jointly because their agreement is like that. They agreed to share the profits of the business. Similarly, they share the profit of the business in the proportion agreed upon them. They agreed upon certain percentage of profit shared by among themselves, certain proportion of the profit shared among themselves. Based on their agreement, they share the profit as well as the losses or risk. Mutual agency. There is a mutual agency relationship among the partners in a partnership firm. Each partner acts as a principal as well as an agent. This business came into existence based on mutual agents agreement. Okay. The next, unlimited liability. All the partners are liable jointly and severally for all the debts and obligations of the firm to an unlimited extent. The next, shared decision making and control. The decision making and control in a partnership firm is shared among the partners of the partnership firm. Without no decision can take without any, that means they convene a meeting or they call upon everybody, and by discussions only they will take a suitable decision. Then continuity. As compared to the sole proprietorship, partnership firm enjoys continuity, because if one person die, sometimes three persons are there or four partners are there, one person dies or one person become insolvent, then that time others can continue their business. Registration of a partnership firm is not compulsory, but in accordance to the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, partnership firm registration is optional or mandatory. All these are the main important features of a partnership firm. The next, what are the important merits of a partnership? First of all, larger financial resources. As compared to sole proprietorship, partnership firm enjoys larger financial resources because here two or more persons are here, they join together, they introduce the financial resources together. So, they can enjoy large financial resources. Secondly, better management ability. The management ability of a sole trading concern is better as compared to a sole trading concern. The management ability of a partnership firm is better because here two or more persons they carry their business on a better way. So among themselves, some persons are very good in decision making, good in managing ability, so they can enjoy better management ability. Thirdly, better decision making. There is a better decision making in a partnership as decisions are made after considering that means after considering the opinions from among the other partners, opinions from other partners. Sharing of risk. Risk is the possibility of loss. It is an unavoidable factor in every business. Risk of the business is shared by partners together. Then fifthly, secrecy of information. There is a suitable secrecy of sensitive information in a partnership firm. It is not required to share its financial resources with the others. Then flexibility. There is a flexibility in choosing or adding or closing business as only the consent from other partner is required. With the consent of other partners, they can change, they can make changes, they can choose anything, they can add something, they can close the business. Everything they can do only with the consent of other partners. All these are the main important merits of a so there is this is a flexible form. They can make any changes at any time in a partnership firm. All these are the main important merits. Then what are the limitations of a partnership? First of all, unlimited liability. The liability of members in a, that means the partner's liability is unlimited. So, that means every partners are responsible for the total that means total debt of the company. Okay. Secondly, possibility of conflicts among the partners. At the time of distribution of profit, sometimes there arises some conflict among the partners. There is a possibility, there is a chance of conflict among the partners. Thirdly, delay in decision making. Decision making, while taking decisions in a partnership firm, sometimes that lead to, as compared to sole trading concern, delay in decision making is here. Because they want to, that means the consent of all the partners are required to make any changes in the organization. So that may lead to delay in decision making. Sometimes that may happen. Next, disruption of continuity. Sometimes the continuity of the business organization may be disrupted. That means there is a high possibility of discontinuity of partnership as death, insolvency or insanity of any partner may lead to an end to the partnership firm. Sometimes that may happen. Okay. Next, less public confidence. Partnership firm enjoys less public confidence because of lack of legal restrictions on the formation of operations of the firm. Thus, people do not know about what is happening inside and they don't develop confidence in the firm. Okay, all these are the main important demerits of or limitations or drawbacks of partnership firms. Okay, then registration of a partnership firm. Registration of a partnership firm is not optional. Okay, thank you for listening. In the next video, I will discuss about company, cooperative society and HUF. Okay.